Who wants to be the next Italian wine ambassador? Join an exclusive network of 400 Italian wine ambassadors across 48 countries. Vinitaly International Academy is coming to Chicago on October 19th to 21st, and to Almaty, Kazakhstan from November 16th to 18th. Don't miss out. Register now at vinitaly.com.
Welcome to Masterclass US Market with me, Juliana Colangelo. This show has been designed to demystify the US market for Italian wineries through interviews with experts in sales and distribution, social media, communications, and so much more. We will quiz each of our esteemed guests at the end of each episode to solidify the lessons that we've learned. So sharpen your pencils, get out your notebooks, and join us each week to learn more about the US market.
Hello, everybody. My name is Stevie Kim, and today we would like to introduce to you our new co-host, Barbara Fitzgerald, for Italian Wine Podcast. So hopefully we can have both Juliana and Barbara Fitzgerald on so that we can introduce you to both of them and talk about how we're going to forge ahead in terms of co-hosting. So I have Barbara coming on. Hi, Juliana. How are you?
Ciao, how are you?
Where are you?
How are you? I'm in New York. I'm in Brooklyn.
And what about you, Barbara?
I'm in Sonoma County.
Yes. Okay. So this is it. This is the bi-coastal U.S. Masterclass getting ready. So, Juliana, how are we going to do this?
Yeah, so I met Barbara a couple of years ago through the Italian Wine Ambassador Program, and she's been a very loyal listener and been giving me good feedback on the show. We met in Italy this year. So I had the thought this summer that it would be interesting to have us as co-hosts and have a kind of bi-coastal approach with Barbara, on the West Coast in California, myself here in New York, and co-hosting the Masterclass US Wine Market so that we are truly covering both sides of the market because there's so much going on both coasts as well as in between. So I asked Barbara to join me as a co-host, and I'm very happy that she accepted. Thank you, Barbara. This is going to be great.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. I can't wait. This is my favorite topic, Italian wine in the U.S.
So,
Yes.
Juliana, I know to give you a little also wiggle room, right? Because you're super busy now with your new job. You're not your own boss anymore.
Exactly. Things are busy. That's true for sure, and going great, but definitely lots going on and going to be a very, very busy fall. So I'm very grateful to have Barbara as my partner and moving forward.
So, Barbara, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself to our audience?
Yeah. Gosh, I feel like I've given my bio here so many times. So sorry if you've heard it before, but I kind of grew up in the wine industry here in California. My family's been part of the California wine industry for almost 100 years. So one of the first kind of true family establishments in all sectors of the business. So owning a vineyard and a winery and also an import and distribution company. So that's all I've really known my whole life. And then when I entered the industry, I started on the marketing side for more direct to consumer sales and marketing and hospitality. And then I've kind of like weaved my way through various parts of the industry over the last 20 years, working a little bit in scaling a brand for national distribution here in the US, and then eventually ending up back on the marketing side.
So, of course, both Barbara and Juliana, they're very active members of our community. But now, how are we going to organize this? Is it going to be like 1 week Barbara, 1 week Juliana? How are you going to divide and conquer? What is the program? Yeah. Juliana, since you are the veteran.
Yes, I think that's what we're thinking. Bi-weekly, we'll each have our shows. We'll still maintain, our perspectives. We'll follow the same format so that we're still giving everyone that masterclass style with the 3 key takeaways and the little quiz at the end. So Barbara will be using the same format for her guests. I think what's really interesting, as you heard from Barbara's intro, she has a lot of experience on the direct to consumer side and reaching consumers. And that's what we spoke about when I interviewed Barbara for the podcast. So I think she'll bring more of that lens of, as DTC rises, especially for imported wines, what are those opportunities? And, I'm here in New York, epicenter for imports. So a little more on the trade marketing side, especially, in my role now working for an importer and distributor. So I think we'll also have a nice balance between, some more trade, East Coast focused topics for my beat, and then for Barbara, some more DTC and West Coast focused guests and topics. So I think it'll be a really fun balance. I'm excited.
Who gets Texas?
Oh, big enough to share, right, Barbara?
Yeah, totally. Texas is also East and West in and of itself. So
Right.
Exactly. There we go. You can have Kansas too.
Totally.
Barbara, have you got any guests lined up, or you're thinking about some potential guests?
I have this is like my personality. I get so excited about things and I make lots of lists. So I have a long list. I was waiting for us to kind of officially announce it here before I started reaching out to people, but I'll do that.
It's official.
Official.
È ufficiale. È ufficiale. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's going to be on the same time slot, Mondays, right? So it'll be once Juliana, don't get confused, and once Barbara. We'll mix them all together. And that's it. That's all I wanted to do for today. I know everybody's super busy getting ready for the holidays. I'm working from home today because the fridge blew up. So I had to, and nobody's working. I had to I've called like 2,000 people. Finally, I think it's going to get taken care of. So that's it. And I'm going to New York actually as of Friday. So hopefully I can see you, Juliana.
Yeah, that'd be great. Okay. While we're here, if there's anyone in the audience that has any feedback on the show or any topics, question, potential guests, please, all ears, always can also always ping me and Barbara on Instagram, LinkedIn. I think you know where to find us. But please, always love hearing feedback about the show. If there's anything you want to dive in more, I'm super excited. I'll be recording tonight a series with Jeremy Hart from Sound.
Oh yes, tell us about that.
Yeah. So it's Jeremy and I, and many of you might know Jeremy. He's one of the co-founders of Som.ai. They're the most comprehensive data source for on-premise data for the U.S. market. Many of us look at Nielsen, but that really only covers off-premise. So Jeremy's data covers the on-premise. So we'll be looking at trends in Italian wine in restaurants in the U.S. market, focusing on some up-and-coming regions in Italian wine, top wines on wine lists, top Italian wines on wine lists, and then also non-alcoholic and the rise of the non-alcoholic section.
It's like the taboo to talk about that. Okay.
I know. So, but it's an important topic. So I saw a headline today in Fortune, $536 million industry right now. So I don't think it's slowing down anytime soon. We'll cover those 3 topics, and they'll be released over the series of a few episodes. So that's what you can expect coming up. For my part, for August is some interviews with Jeremy, which are always really interesting because he gets us deep into the data and the numbers, which we love. That's what's coming up with Jeremy and Som.ai on my side. Any topics you want to preview? Anything? I know you're working on your guests, but anything you want to preview?
Well, I think there's been so many interesting conversations happening right now about the real challenges of the 3-tier system in the US, and does it need some kind of reform or something like that. So I have a couple of guests in mind who could talk to us a little bit about that. And I always love to take a look at it from both sides, like what is really challenging, but also why does this maybe still work?
All right.
Interesting.
Okay, that's it, folks. I gotta go. We're all busy, so that's it. Yes, I gotta get my fridge fixed because nobody's around. Yes. Okay. Thank you, ladies, and I will hopefully listen to you and see you soon.
Absolutely.
Ciao, ragazzi.
Ciao. Thank you for joining me today. Stay tuned each week for new episodes of Masterclass US Wine Market with me, Juliana Colangelo. And remember, if you enjoyed today's show, hit the like and follow buttons wherever you get your podcasts.